Appreciate what you have and be grateful for what's coming. Why am I saying this? This is one of the favorite books of my kids. I've read it so many times. It's by Julia Donaldson and Alex Scheffler, and it's a squash and a squeeze. It's a great story, and let me just quickly whiz through it, and you will understand the message. We often complain. We have these dreams and big goals. Fantastic. I'm very happy we do. We need to be self-motivating ourselves, and we need to follow our dreams. We need to never give up. And the word need is not even ideal. However, why am I today telling you how very important it is to appreciate what you have? Because the first thing we have is life. We woke up another day. It's a great day if we decide for it to be. And even if it isn't, if it's challenged, if it's something like your paradigms, limitations are talking and they're getting in control, hug them. Amazing friends and clients of ours, and a couple of them actually reminded me yesterday, talking to them, how they still use, I use every day, but because I've got into such a good habit of using it, we forget to remind each other the great things we do every day. Let me do this quickly because it will be a little longer message than I usually do. But how important it is to appreciate what we have, because sometimes we come from this dreaming big, going, oh, we don't have that, or it's taking too long, the gestation period is too long, I'm doing everything and I'm still not seeing the results I would love to see. Does it sound familiar? We often do that, every single one of us, but we get better. The more we understand, the more we train ourselves, we get more disciplined, we just become better, because we're the highest, truest version of ourselves we can be. We also can feed ego. But that's another story and another day. But squash and a squeeze. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on a shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your hand, said the wise old man. Take in my hand? What a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on a fireside rock and flapped around the room, knocking over the jug. The little old lady cried, what shall I do? It was pokey for one, and it's tiny for two. No, my nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take your goat. Take in your goat, said the wise old man. Take in my goat. What a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table egg. The little old lady cried, glory be, it was tiny for two and it's teachy for three. The hen pecked the goat and the goat got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your pick, said the wise old man. Take in my pick. What a curious plan. So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen, and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried, stop, I implore. It was teachy for three and it's tiny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees my house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your cow, said the wise old man. Take in my cow. What a curious plan. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on a table and tapped out the jig. The little old lady cried, heavens alive, it was teeny for four and it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees, my house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take them all out, said the wise old man, but then I'll be back where I first began. So she opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better, at least I can sneeze again. She shooed out the goat and she shot out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house. It's enormous now. Thank you, old man, that for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolic and fiddle-dee-dee. She's jumping out here. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of a frolic and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. Why am I reading you this story? Is we often complain or moan or are just coming from the energy of not enough. We feel we want to have a better results. We want to follow our dreams, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with going and desiring bigger because we are here for expansion and greatness. So we want to grow and expand and be greater and, have more things, experience more things, really. It's the more freedom we desire. It's not about anything else. It really, truly is a time, financial and mental freedom. This story is such a good example. What if we just forget everything? Now, I do not like to think about the negative things, but detach your emotions and just think, what if I didn't have all this? I'm actually so privileged. There are people around the world living in places where they don't have everything I have. There are people around the world who might struggle with health. They might struggle with, they hate their job. They just wake up every day and they're not happy. Happiness, happy, and joy are the most powerful emotions. Be enthusiastic about waking up to a new day and saying, I can desire my best. I can design my day. Design it the way I would love it to go. Now we have to train ourselves to think this way and we have to stay alignment because, it's like everything else. It's a practice. My kids, when they used to go to Suzuki piano, this founder of Suzuki said, you only practice on the days you eat. And my little daughter was like looking at the sign and then she said, but I eat every day. I still remember the face like, I have to practice every day? Yes. And that's where you become good at it because you practice until you become it. So if you're a good driver, I declare I'm the best female driver in the world. I've been declaring this since I'm a teenager. I actually believe it. And even if you don't, I am convinced I'm one of the best driver in the not one. I am the best driver. Now, are there many? Absolutely. But it's my world that matters. It's my declarations and my beliefs that really matter to transform my world. Because I'm not here to transform anybody else's. This is why we can't create success unless we work together. Because every single one of us have their own world. And if I want to change something, I have to look from within and change my world. I'm projecting my world. If the movie that is playing, which is my life, is not the movie I like, I cannot be waving in front of the screen going change the movie. It doesn't work like that. You have to go right back to the projectory room and start projecting a different movie. But again, we need to understand and learn the principles, learn who you are, learn the universal God's laws, and learn every sort of mindset. It's not just the mindset, the faith. There's so many. Your life is a puzzle. It's a beautiful picture. But we have these puzzles which we actually have to earn. We earn them by learning how to respond to things, how to have a great attitude, how to be giving more, unconditional giving. Not expecting anything back. And I mean that. This is a big thing. Nobody else can answer it. But are we doing things from our heart? Or are we doing them because, it's good to have friends like that because I might need them one day? Doesn't work. You will not have what you would love. It will backfire. And not only goodness or negativity backfires you back. It multiplies. You shoot one arrow out and 10 come back or more. It is really important. We are very cautious of what we do. And if you just not aligned, remember the story. Read it over if you can. I'm sure most of you have it. But remember, go back to what you appreciate. Appreciate what you have right now. Yes, desire more, but appreciate. You must come from gratitude and appreciation for the day and for everything you have right now. Whatever is there you're dissatisfied and you would love to change, decide to change it. You must decide for it, otherwise nothing happens. And I will see you. It's a long message, but I felt actually a few days now that this is a message I just wanted to say. So a long one, but I hope you really enjoy it. And any questions, let me know.